Hi, Sam Wilkinson here with Wilkinson Financial. Welcome back to our series on making the decisions for retirement. In this segment, we're going to talk about one of the most important components, choosing an advisor. Everybody has that question. Do I go with the recommendation of my friend? You have to get a little bit more in depth to make the right decision, though. Just because your friend has chosen someone doesn't mean they've done the homework to truly understand the qualifications, typical recommendations, and the true cost to invest with that advisor. So I want to walk you through some very specific things that you want to consider when you're choosing your financial advisor, especially for our retirees as they're getting close to retirement and getting ready to move their money out of their 401ks, which very often, for example, could be a $3 million retirement portfolio. It's going to be very important to consider the costs to investing and making sure that the person you're working with is trustworthy and competent and really qualified to help you with this. So let's talk a little bit about qualifications. We'll keep this part brief. Typically, you want to look at what series license they have. So very often there's Series 7, 66, there might be Series 6. Each of these numbers represent a different form in which the advisor is compensated and what they're actually able to recommend. So a Series 7 has to do with a general securities license for individuals who are compensated on a commission basis. A 66 is for those who are investment advisors and they're compensated as a fee-only advisor or a financial planning fee, maybe a percentage of assets under management. There's also several other licenses. Some actually don't give advisors the ability to recommend certain products or manage certain products. Also, you want to consider whether or not they have certain designations, such as the Certified Financial Planner designation, which is a very rigorous qualification that people usually, you should look for that. Typical recommendations. You want to consider whether or not they are primarily focused on promoting life insurance and annuities. Do they promote primarily mutual funds? Or are they promoting and actually managing investments using stocks, bonds, and ETFs? So let's just consider those things because each of these are going to have different ways that it impacts your cost of investing, as well as how your advisor is going to work with your portfolio. With life and annuity products or mutual funds, the advisor doesn't actually manage those products. They just make the recommendation, put your money here, and they get paid for that recommendation in either a commission or a fee approach. So with annuities, something that you want to consider is advisors can be paid very high dollar amounts for the amount that is invested. So let's say with a $1 million investment on an annuity, an advisor may be paid upwards of $75,000 for that one recommendation. You move $1 million into this annuity, your advisor may be paid $75,000 up front. So very strong motivation for them to recommend that product. Mutual funds, they can charge anywhere from, or pay the advisor anywhere from 3 to 5.75% up front. So that can be a very high dollar amount. Maybe pays that advisor $50,000 for the various recommendations, or maybe it's, even if it's only a smaller amount, even if it's just $30,000, still high dollar commissions up front for the advisor when they're using the commission structure. Now, stocks, bonds, and ETFs, advisors still can get paid commissions for the trades, or in my case, and the reason I chose this approach using the Series 66 is to only charge a fee for the advice as a percentage of assets under management, a much, much smaller amount on an ongoing basis, but that way I'm tied and motivated to make sure that your portfolio is growing. So in my case, I'll charge 1.5%, and on that $1 million, I charge $15,000 a year for my advice. But I want to make your portfolio grow because as your portfolio grows, how much I'm compensated also grows, but it always stays at that 1.5%. So you can see a big difference here. Very strong motivation to sell that annuity product with an upfront commission of $75,000. So ask the question, is your advisor truly operating as a fiduciary? Meaning, do they put your interests and the things that are most important to you, is that first as a priority? or is paying themselves a large commission the priority? You want to ask those questions as you choose a financial advisor. Give us a call at Wilkinson Financial. Check us out at wilkinsonfinancial.com.